So now we have to ask ourselves, how would this apply to an academic school year? So let's say we borrow that $6,500 as our principal as a student. And we start school in August. We graduate in May, 3 years and 9 months later, and then payments begin 6 months after graduation. How much time will pass while the interest is accruing? Well, so if we look at this, we've got our 3 years, 9 months that we are in school, plus then we're going to not make any payments for 6 more months after that. The total amount of time before we have to make our first payment is then going to be 3 years and 15 months. But you all know that there are 12 months in a year, so really if I subtract 12 from this, we're left with 3 months. And I'll take this, which represents a full year, add it in here, and the total time is 4 years and 3 months. So we'll have 4 full years of interest and then 3 months after that. So the question is, what 3 months are we going to have interest accrue? Are they February, March, April, May, June, July, blah, 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 blah. So let's think carefully about this. We start in August, we graduate in May, 3 years and 9 months later. So it's now May, and then 6 months after May, we're going to begin our payments. So let's just write out the months. We've got May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and then December. So which months are we going to begin our payment? So here's the end of the 9 months, right? And then we need to go 6 months after this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So our first payment is going to be in December. And that means these 3 extra months right here correspond to September, October, and November. And it turns out that September is a 30-day month, October is a 31-day month, and November is a 30-day month. So we can now calculate the total amount of interest that accrues in the 4 full years and the 3 extra months. So recall from the previous page, it was $442 per year in interest. So we have 4 of those. And then it was $1.21 per day for each day. So we're going to add to this 30 times 1.21 for the interest accrued in September, plus 31 times 1.21, that's the interest in October, plus 30 times another 1.21, that's the interest in November. And this sum is the total interest that accrues before we make our first payment. So let's slap that in Desmos. 442 times 4 plus 1.21 times 30. You might be noting, hey, there's some shortcuts you could do for this calculation. Go for it if you recognize those. For now, I'm just going to do it this way. We get a total amount of interest of $1,878.11.